A new project, Clusters from LayerZero and DelegateLabs, announced a $9 million seed round on February the 1st. That's also when it's announced its mainnet, or beta mainnet more precisely. And let's see what it is and whether we can do something there. So we had this narrative of like zero knowledge going on. Then we had the social layer, alternative layer ones, alternative to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then all the rollups and DK EVMs. And then we also had among those the omni-chain narrative. Clusters falls in this cross-chain omni-chain narrative as well. And yes, LayerZero is behind in the team of builders as well. So that's understandable. So what it is practically just a naming service and like an ENS, but the one that works across multiple chains, and those multiple chains include like Solana, Binance Chain, what else was there, like layer 2s. So let me see what's, so among the layer 2s we have Optimism, Arbitrum, Base, Polygon. Polygon is not exactly a layer 2, Avalanche, and so the chains that are disparate at first sight, and they're also promising that Bitcoin is going to be coming soon to there. So the idea is that you take your main wallet addresses in each of those ecosystems and you connect them all into one unified identity layer. And this aims to address the issues of like address fragmentation and wallet management complexity, although that's arguable how much of an issue that is. But again, if we are planning to get more people into crypto, that is going to be an issue. So that's understandable. So kind of can be useful, but I'll tell you my opinion about that a bit later. But a bit more about Clusters and the funding round, because again, on the February the 1st, they announced that they had a 9 million seed with the bigger funds of tier 2 funds, according to CryptoRank, that participated. We have Arlington, XRP Capital, we have Electric Capital, we have Mask Network, we have Variant. It's a solid team of funds that participated in it, and plus we have to remember that it's the Delegate and the LayerZero Labs behind, so there's potentially some synergies between the funding of those projects into Clusters as well. If you look at the late January and still early February funding, the rounds have not been the largest. So you can see there is like 5.5, 4, 2.5, 8 million, and 12 million for Cube Exchange. So all the funding in the recent funding rounds has not been extraordinarily large, just like we had previously. So the 9 million that Clusters collected is rather significant when you compare it to here. And now let's go and have a look at the tweet where they explain how the current distribution works for the names, because right now it's still in beta, and once it's on mainnet, of course, it's going to be first come first serve. So you just come, get your name, and you're good to go. At the moment, there is a better version of it that allows the people who are just early to get boosts for their bids. There are 3 boost categories that you can get right now. There are probably going to be more in the future, because let's say today we're launching 3 boosts, so maybe tomorrow or a few days afterwards they're going to launch a few more. But the idea is that firstly, if you're the first bidder, you get the boost of basically double your bid. So you bid 0.1 ETH, your bid is estimated to be 0.2 ETH. I mean, it's taken as 0.2, even though you bid only 0.1. Then you link to your Twitter profile pic, that's a bit less. And then if you also refer people to start and just join Clusters, if they start bidding as well, you get the amount of your referrals bid. So this way they aim to make sure that the people who are really active in the beginning and who really want their profile handles to be the exact same that they started initially, and the ones that have a lot of social presence, they want those people to make sure to have the Clusters name that they would like. That's kind of the idea. I hope I explained it correctly. But again, most people who are bidding and who are the first bidders are very likely to be the first and last bidders on the same name. You can read in this tweet a bit more how it works. They also have an example of a calculation of how the bid is calculated. But again, this is just for the beta, and if you don't want to deal with this and you just don't really care, you can just wait until mainnet launches fully, without not the beta, but fully, and you get the first come first served for the names. However, again, some names are going to be taken right now. There are some FAQs as well, and the important one is, can I get a refund? So they are saying that they're still working on the automated process to refund the losing bids. So if, let's say, you bid on the thing and somebody else also did and they overthrew your bid, or you try to bid on somebody else's and somebody else overthrew your bid, doesn't really matter. The idea is that you lost your bid. You are supposed to get a refund, but right now it is not automated, and that's complicated. So you gotta wait a little, I guess, until they implement it properly, because at the moment it's not really there. However, you have to also keep in mind that the auction for the bid, so this bidding process also lasts like 4 weeks, or it says like up to a maximum of 4 weeks, and the exact timing is randomized so that you cannot really be the one last bidder who comes up and just overbids everybody. So what we are waiting for right now are emojis, potentially more types of boosts for bids, and then once the beta finishes and we get the proper mainnet launch, there's gonna be on a first come first serve basis. Now let's go to the website and check out clusters and how it looks right now. So here is the website. You just go really quickly. It's not very complicated. You just click bid now and you choose the name you would like to bid on. So for example, mine would be this, and I click continue. And because I'm the very first one and the only one who wants to bid on this name right now, their suggested bid can be anything. You can just put the minimum bid, which is 0.01 ETH. It's about $25 at the moment with the fees. And then you click claim, you send a transaction in your wallet, and then it all works. And your bid is created. And then you can actually already start managing it, as they mention in their tweet. And I already bid on one name, that is Polar, to make it a bit shorter. And what you can do here is refer your friends to make sure your bid gets increased. And you can also add profile picture via Twitter, not via X, excuse me. And let's say I say authorize app, although I wouldn't say I have a hot take on this, but this kind of connecting everything into one unified identity layer does not sit exactly right with me. So let's say I am a crypto billionaire. I have a bunch of Bitcoins, Solanas, and Ethereums, ETHs, and then I have them all in my wallets, and I create the social name, and I also connect my Twitter, and I tell everybody, hello everyone, this is my Twitter account, and this is who I am, and you suspect I have many Bitcoins, and then these are all my wallet addresses that you can see. So I'm gonna be very likely to become a very targeted person for attacks because everybody knows my wallets and everybody knows who I am. So on the one hand, it is kind of, why would you do that? On the other hand, it's your responsibility to keep the security, and if just somebody knows that you are who you say you are, that does not necessarily mean they can hack you, because it's still in your hands to be responsible and not connect your wallets to random stuff. But on the other hand, like, do we really need this kind of extra potential way to realize that you are this person and connect everything all together? Because ideally, this pseudo-anonymity preserves quite a bit of privacy for most people, and now we're just removing this even pseudo-anonymity to complete, like, here I am, here are my wallets, and you can see how much money I have. Well, yeah, it's just like a thought I had. But on the other hand, of course, these people who have a bunch of Bitcoins, they probably put security first, and they probably are not going to care that much to have the name like this for wallets. This can be useful, especially for people who are coming, at least in crypto. It's, let's say I just came into crypto and I was like, I want this and this and this, and I want to self-custody them, actually, which is a good thing, and actually puts them on the right paths, you know. This is going to make it easier for them because you have just one name and you don't have to remember a bunch of letters and numbers. You just have this, which is still pretty convenient. And you can also remember the ones for your friends. I doubt you would really need that unless you really send a lot of money to your friends. Oh, I know, I can like leave my clusters.xyz/polar in under my YouTube so that everybody can send me money if they want to. So send me money if you wanted to clusters.xyz/polar. But other than that, I think it's like a little bit of convenience for people who are just regular users, and a bit more convenience and a pretty much easier life for people who are just coming in. Probably not as much of a use case for most people who are with very large deposits as well. But again, you can still have this, and don't forget about burner wallets, because even if I have this, I will try my best to not connect these wallets to some random applications like testnets, random shitcoins, or websites for games. I will use burner wallets there, and make sure to keep your stuff that you want, keep your crypto to wallets that you don't connect to anything. I hope this video was kind of interesting and useful, and you learned about clusters, something interesting. And if you have anything else to add, I'll be glad to answer and talk to you in the comments. Thank you very much for watching as usual. See you in the next one.